Q preset with Doom. Yeah, okay, no big deal. Ooh, powered by Vega and Ryzen? Oh snap, this might be the first Vega demo that I've ever seen in person, and Ryzen for that matter. But this is pretty impressive, guys. We're actually seeing above 60 hertz, or 60 frames per second, I should say, with this AMD combo GPU-CPU setup, which is really impressive. Again, this is at 4K. We're getting really smooth frame rates. I played a little bit just earlier, and the playback is super fluid. And AMD is super excited about this. They still have a lot of work to do, they say, but things are looking super promising right now. I'm saying super a lot because it's just a super word. But basically, I was talking to one of the reps, and he was telling me that the Ryzen chip that they're currently working with at the current state is just about on par with a 6700K. That's a Core i7 from Intel, which is definitely very promising. And as far as Vega is concerned, we're actually looking at perhaps right now, as of now, a 10% increase in performance over the GTX 1080. And mind you, that's with an engineering board and like alpha drivers. So imagine the possibilities. Hopefully we see an even bigger increase come final release date, but impressive demo right here for AMD. And I don't know if you guys can hear it, but there's quite a bit of fan noise, but that's because they've actually taped out the entire top panel here so that, you know, media people like me can't look inside and see stuff. So I think they just cranked the fan to 100%. Obviously this is a reference cooler, so probably a single blower style fan. And look at this. You know, actually, if you feel the top here, it's really not too warm at all, which is a good sign, considering that this is all closed off with tape. It's pretty cool. And actually, it's fairly cool here. I can feel some heat, right about there. I can feel you, Vega. I can feel your heart beating close to mine, in sync, not the band. Okay, I'm done. And by the way, I forgot to mention this, but according to AMD, both the CPU and GPU in the system are running at stock speeds. There's no overclocking here, so that's also cool. Check out this bad boy. Holy smokes, this is an iBuyPower PC. So pre-built, of course, but still looks pretty glorious. Apart from just having a ridiculous amount of hardware in here in terms of GPU horsepower, we do also have our first look, or my first look actually in person, of the Asus Arica, or Arica. I think it's Arica AM4 motherboard. Yep. Even at the Asus booth, there were no AM4 boards that I saw. So this is pretty exciting. You kind of get a look there of what it looks like. I mean, there's definitely no like crazy heat sinks or anything. It's not like a gamer-centric board, it looks like. But there you have it, folks. It's rocking a AM4 water block there with a Ryzen chip underneath. All right, check out this AM4 motherboard. This is from Maxsun. I've actually never heard of this manufacturer before. I think it's maybe a Chinese brand, but it is an AM4 socketed motherboard for the Ryzen CPU. And you can see there's been a lot of like controversy on like why they changed their socket type. As most of you guys probably know by now, you are going to need to buy an AM4 specific CPU cooler in order to fit on this new socket. It's actually because the CPU, or the Ryzen chip, has more pins than the AM3 Plus platform did. So because of that, they actually had to widen the mounting points for the brackets, and that actually obviously requires a new cooler. So I thought that was kind of interesting. We finally have an answer. Maybe I'm just late to the party, but now we kind of know why you're going to actually need to buy a new AM4 cooler when these bad boys launch. Right here we're taking a look at a BioStar board. This is, it says racing on it. This is the B350 GT3. And of course, B350 is a different chipset than 370X. However, the cool thing is that even though it's a bit more mainstream and economical, you're still gonna be able to overclock your Ryzen chip on this chipset. So kind of get the best of both worlds, so to speak. And obviously, I don't know if you guys have heard this yet, but all the Ryzen chips will be fully unlocked, so you will be able to overclock them, pretty much any one with a motherboard of this caliber. Pretty sweet. All right, y'all, that is going to wrap it up for my coverage of AMD here at CES 2017. I want to thank my sponsors so much for making this trip possible: MSI, Fractal Design, and CableMod. Go ahead and check out their links in the description below for more information on that. Thank you all so much for watching, and stay tuned for more CES coverage of CES. That was awkward.